Okay, we're going to go through the tutorial. Let's go slow and let's just talk about it together, okay? So the idea with this is I'm going to go through it all and we're going to talk about it together. So if anyone has any questions... By the way, is the stream working properly? Yeah. Twitch says it's failing, but OBS says it's running fine. Okay, so we're just going to go... let's all talk about it together, okay? Gee, that Maiten-kun. He seems interesting. So we go right to move forward, back to move back. Good. So, typical movement system. Move forward and backward to adjust the distance from the opponent. I mean, spacing is so important in this game. And usually in 2D fighters, when you backdash, you don't have any... Actually, you might have some invulnerability, but you'll have recovery frames. Okay, crouching, so down, back, down, or down, forward. I'm assuming you have to do down, back to block while you're crouching, though. Crouching allows you to avoid certain attacks, high attacks in other words, but not mids, lows, or overheads. Tap twice to dash, back to back step, or back dash. Ready? Go! Yeah, I did. You want me to hold it? Oh, you want me to hold it, okay. You'll continue to dash as long as you hold the second input. Dashes are faster than regular forward movement, letting you close in on your opponent quickly. Conversely, use backstep to get away from the opponent. The math checks out. So, like I said, you cannot block. Usually, you might have some invulnerability during a backdash, but often there's recovery frames in these games. So, unlike Tekken, where you can cancel into different things and you can block throughout and stuff, that's the rare exception for most fighting games. Press up, back, up, or up, forward. Now, you have hops in this too. Oh, it won't let me demonstrate. So I know that if you tap the input, or if you just do like a soft, or that's a tap, then you do a hop, like a short hop instead. So they've got like jump, or jump is like long hop, I think. And then you've also got the super jump, so you can do like a super short hop. Yeah, there we go. Oh, there we go. So you've got to get used to that, because the hops are important. Like imagine, you know, like in Street Fighter, you've only got the jump, and you've got all that time that you can confirm to anti-air the opponent and see what's going on. In this, you do a short hop and they've got to react quicker, so they need to use their fast to anti-air. So often it'll be like a less rewarding option that's quicker, opposed to if you're jumping, they can do a more rewarding option like a DP. Attacks from hops are hard to read and powerful tool against crouching opponents. Make sure to master them. Yeah, because it's a near instant overhead. It's still like 30 frame overhead. You know, good for starting pressure. Did you choose your character for this tutorial? No, it made me do this. So this is just the basic tutorial, and this is the characters it gave me. Hyper hop. Ah, so that's what they do. So that's when you do down, then you do a hop. So, okay. You see it's faster and you cover more ground. You can also do it while dashing. That makes sense, because they often do that in games where jumps get more momentum if you dash first. So they're saying that if you dash, you immediately get a hyper hop. Yep. So that's it, only up, forward, or... Huh, that's interesting. What if I do up? Won't let me. Oh, interesting. Or at least it doesn't register it. Well, dash and press up for my jump. Yep, same concept. So in other words, tap a crouch and then do it. Like you're pushing down. It's literally just like if you're doing a jump in real life. You're crouching down, engaging your muscles to push and do a faster movement or a more powerful movement. But if you're running already, you've already got that momentum behind you, so you can do it. That's good. To guard against your attacks, hold back away from your opponent. So directional blocking, meaning cross-ups are a part of this game. Standing guard can defend against ground and jump attacks, but not against low attacks like crouching foot. I'm assuming that's light kick. To perform a crouching guard, hold down back. Yep, so as I said before, holding down will make you crouch, but it will not make you block. So I don't know where the situation would well, I don't know where it would be advantageous in this game to do down instead of down back to crouch. Maybe something to do with the hop mechanic and the super hops or whatever they were. Yeah. But you can still do it from down back, so I don't know. Crouching guard can defend against most ground attacks, but not against jump attacks or some mid attacks with special hitboxes. They mean overheads. Overheads being like Tekken's mids. Where mids you can block with crouching, overheads you cannot block with crouching. Keep an eye on your opponent and use standing and crouching guards accordingly. So often overheads are slower in 2D fighters, meaning so when you're standing up, you've got more mobility because you can move back and forward, you can dash, you can do all those things, and your hurt box is also just in that position. While when you crouch, your hurt box extends forward a little bit more, so you're more vulnerable, but you're blocking more things. But you're also limited by movement. Guarding attacks reduces the blue gauge guard at the top of the screen. Okay. Enter the gauge to cause a guard crush, leaving the character temporarily open. Okay. Your opponent's defenseless during a guard crush, unable to move or guard. It's the perfect time to deal significant damage. Makes sense? That's like a stun in Street Fighter, except it's breaking their guard. Stun you have to hit to do, don't you? So it's a guard crush. I guess that's more like the Soul Calibur mechanic then. They have a guard crush. Stun. Inflicting consecutive attacks on your opponent will cause the colour of their face icon to change. Colour of their face icon? What do they mean by that? Do they mean like the icon at the top? Put them in a warning state. Deal more attacks to inflict stun, leaving them temporarily defenseless. So it was his face at the top, wasn't it? It changed colour. When stunned, you can recover more quickly by mashing the directional attack buttons. Yep, okay. So that's like Street Fighter stun. Perform a forward emergency evasion with, I don't know what those buttons are. Backward version with back. With emergency evasion, you can evade attacks while approaching or moving. Is that even that? No, that. Okay, so that's the two light buttons. That's cool. That's pretty cool. Emergency evasion lets you evade all attacks except throws. However, you'll be left open after, so think carefully. So it's evasive roll like in Dark Souls. That's cool. In a lot of games, characters have that as like a command move, but often it'll have like moves with it. But you know, it's common for it to be a mechanic too, isn't it? Just before you fall down from taking your opponent's attack, press both buttons. Oh! Staying on the ground leaves you open for up, so use recovery to get back on your feet. So there's only one recovery. That's interesting. Interesting for Oki. Perform guard cancel forward emergency evasion while guarding his attack. For a guard cancel. Yeah. So I gotta be guarding an attack. That's cool. That's a really. Oh, come on. That's kind of a cool way to turn the tides, even if they're using like plus on block moves. But I'm sure you could bait it, and it seems that you're vulnerable to throws, so you could do like a plus on block move. They do the roll, you catch them with a throw. Consumes one block of power gauge too. Okay, right. So that's like the equivalent of push block then, and because you can do it either direction, you can get away from the wall or do whatever. Okay. Perform a guard cancel blowback. Okay, so this is actually push block, isn't it? So, yeah, it's like, get off me. Okay, so that's more like a breaker then. What do you call it? It's not a breaker. What's the term? What's the term when you have a move like that? That it costs meter one block of power gauge, and you just knock them away, but you don't do any damage. Tutorial menu. Let's see, what do we got? Attack moves. Okay, so we've got attack moves to go through. There's not much there, so let's go through all of this. I mean, it's important when you start a new fighting game to understand the mechanics. Like, I've learned that there's only one wake-up option. You either stay grounded or you do the 2 light buttons as you hit the ground and you tech. Like, if I didn't do that, I would have been like, how do I tech? Do I press back? Do I press down? Do I press light punch? I don't know. Like, because it's so different in every game. Light attacks deal little damage, but don't leave you very open. God, it's going to take a while to get used to short hops. I mean, it's also a similar mechanic like tilts in Smash Bros, I guess. So that's a good overlap for like Smash players to get into 2D fighters. Crouching light kick is a low attack that can't be blocked by standing guard. Use it to throw off your opponent's guard. Yeah, I know. That's good to point out. It's a very common starter in 2D fighters, crouching light kick. Strong attacks deal big damage but leave you open. Oh. That looks interesting. The animation with it, like there's this big pullback. Oh, that looked like such a common anti-air. That looked like it had like no hitbox. Oh, it's alright. I guess it's okay as an ear-to-ear though. That looks like a good sort of like whiff punish tool. Someone does something, you whiff punish with that, and you might be able to do like. Oh, okay. So they got close and far moves. So if you're close, you can do a combo, but if you're far, you probably need to use meter to convert. But that would be good as a whiff punisher still. Okay, and this is going to be like a sweep, right? Yeah. I think it's a universal thing with a sweep. Okay, and is this going to be... Yeah, that's got a better downward hitbox. So better for jump-ins. It makes sense for kicks, doesn't it? Heavy attacks leave you open, but reach further and do greater damage than light attacks. Use light and heavy attacks as the situation warrants. The other thing they didn't mention is, I mean, heavy attacks usually have more range too. Like, light attacks are stubby, but more advanced, like, better to use for close-up pressure, while medium, like Street Fighter, medium attacks are sort of mid-range and heavy attacks are far range. Well, that's a basic concept of it. Very basic. Use light and heavy attacks as the situation warrants, yes. Blowback. Press, they're the 2 heavies, put them with blowback. Blowbacks do a lot of damage, knocking your opponent on the hit. Oh, I remember this. This was in 4, wasn't it? Landing a grounded blowback lets you perform a follow-up attack if your opponent as they fly through the air. Yep. When you have more power gauges, perform a quarter circle motion, perform a Shadowstrike. So could I for example do... No, that doesn't work. I was wondering if I could do that into it. But you could do another move, so that's a common combo extender, I guess. Shadowstrike is a counter move initiated while guarding against an attacking... Oh, hold okay. Landing one renders them defenseless, then you perform a follow-up. So, no, that's like a reversal. It's like a universal reversal then. Surely they're going to be like launch punishable, or, you know, everything's launch punishable. Surely it's going to be punishable by a combo on block. By pressing a combination of directional and attack buttons, you can make some characters perform command moves. I should very quickly say, I'm going to be stuck in the Tekken habit of saying launch punishable, but I don't know the fastest move in this game, but in 2D fighters, you know, you might have like a 3-frame light kick or light punch, and that will get you into a combo. So it's more just about being heavily punishable or lightly punishable, and lightly punishable might be, you know, a normal move into a special move or something like that. By pressing a combination of directional and attack buttons, you can make some characters perform command moves. So forward and light punch. Yeah. That looks like an overhead. Do a dash. Oh, that would be cool if it was cancelable. I'd like it if you could like dash and press back or something to cancel it. But that's okay. Hey, Awa, how we going? Command moves include sliding low attacks, and also mid attacks that cannot be blocked by crouching guards. For a list of these moves, check the command list. Yeah. And also, because they cancel out normal moves, they're good for combos. Next to the opponent on the ground, place back or forward heavy punch for fast throw. Okay, oh, that's interesting. For a forward throw, sorry. So it's the punch button is forward throw and kick button is back throw. Hopefully break's the same. So like, if you see a throw, you press punch to break the forward one and kick to break the back one. But how does it look? Yeah, it just looks like a throw. Did it have a tell? Blue. That's a forward throw. They're both blue. Thinking about picking this up, you want to see what the general consensus is first. Well, I'm just going through the tutorial. I'm going through the very basics of the game. So if you enjoy what you see here, it could be a good sign that you want to play it. Hold on. Who's messaging me? Give me 2 seconds, guys. Okay, throws can't be guarded against. Aim for a throw to break the opponent's guard. Some characters also have air throws. Yeah, air throws are cool. When you're trying to anti-air, instead of anti-airing, you just jump up and grab them and toss them to the ground or something. You air to air. That's another thing you've got to make sure you don't limit yourself within these games. It's not necessarily about always having a strong anti-air. It might be about having a good air-to-air move. So you see them jump in, you jump up and do an attack to beat them. Colossus, hello. How is this game? I've just booted it up. It crashed on me like 3 times. So I'm in the basic tutorial now, just running through and just discussing the basics of these games. So hopefully anyone that's interested in picking it up can get an idea of what it's about, or like some of the basic concepts of a 2D fighter, I guess. Not that I'm an expert. If you are thrown by the opponent, you can guard with a counter throw. To perform one when you're thrown, press... Ah, so a throw break is either. Good, so it's like Street Fighter and stuff, where it's not that it's a 50-50 between 2 throws, which in Mortal Kombat it is. It's forward or back throw, you just have to guess. This one, it looks like it's you do either. Counter throws do not work as air throws or command throws. Yeah, command throws are special moves specific to certain characters. Man on the left doesn't know how pants work. Hey, he got it mostly on. He tried. If you land a blow before the opponent's attack animation ends, a counter hit will occur, increasing the damage. Yep, I mean it's a common concept, but the way that counter hits work in different games change quite dramatically actually. Moreover, some skills allow you to follow up when you land a counter hit against an airborne opponent. Yeah, so it might add more like hit counters. Looks foolish. He does look quite foolish, but I think a lot of the fashion, the attire in this game is a bit foolish. Like, he's wearing a cape and a tie, and then he's got like band. I don't know. It's all over the place. I did hear someone describe it as like, it's like someone went into customization mode in a game and just added all the little customization features to some of the characters. I like this other guy with the pillow though.
Ready, go!
Oh, so just anything. Ah, it's fast! Yeah, see that? He just rolled back, so I don't get anything. But it'll be like Street Fighter once again, you get a crush counter if you use with like a certain anti-air, usually like a crouching heavy or something, and then you might get a free follow-up. Countering command moves or higher trigger... Sorry, countering command moves or higher triggers a counter hit. Okay, so that's also like punishing a DP in most 2D fighters now. So, you know, you block a Dragon Punch, and then your punish will become a counter hit. So you'll get more damage or better follow-ups opposed to just doing something in practice mode, or just, you know, connecting a move normally. So you're not triggering against regular moves, unless you successfully attack an opponent performing a hop or hard... Hold on, so if... While they're in a hop state, are they counter-hittable at all times? Interesting. Because I thought that was a really strong mechanic, but that's a good way to sort of balance it out. Because it's hard to anti-air that, so if you did get a chunky anti-air against a short hop, then you get a huge reward compared to a jump, which is easier. Makes sense. When you have 2 or more power cages, press... So that's light, kick, heavy punch to activate max mode. Hey, I know max mode. Character's attack and guard crush strength increases. Game just like lagged with that. Great. While in max mode, the mode's gauge slowly drains from 100% and ends when it reaches 0. Look at that go down. Oh, I stopped it. Whoops. It's a waifu pillow. Oh no. Oh no. But really, it looks like a comfy pillow, not like a waifu pillow. Activating max mode upon landing a regular attack or command move will activate max mode quick. This also allows if the attacks are blocked. So this is kind of like defining Roman cancels in Guilty Gear. So it's the same input, same real concept, but it works differently because it's made with combo extensions or continuing pressure, opposed to just doing it in neutral. But I don't think max mode slows down the opponent here. It had a freeze frame, so you could do it when they jump, and then you activate max mode, and then you can anti-air them more easily. People use V-triggers like that in Street Fighter, I know, sometimes. Max mode quick allows you to combo immediately into the next action without leaving an opening. But be warned, when activating the quick version, attack and guard crush strength do not increase. Okay, that's a nice way to sort of balance it out. So if you use it in neutral, it gives you extra buffs. But if you use it as combo extender, it doesn't. Which, I mean, I think combo damage is very high in this game anyway, so it makes sense. If you did increase it too much with using max mode, it would be a bit absurd. So... Oh yeah, it does the dash. Yep. That's the same as how Geese works in Tekken. Because if you do an attack into max mode cancel, which is a different input actually, then he does a little dash forward with it to continue the combo. While if you do it in neutral, he just stands there. Activating quick version becomes the max mode consumes the max mode gauge more than a regular one. Yeah, but you're trying to get guaranteed follow-up. So you use it as a punish, and really the reward is greater. While activating it in neutral, it's about trying to create an opportunity. You cancel your previous attack into another one. Yep. Use it to keep attacking or to string moves together more easily. Rush 1. Approach your opponent and tap light punch repeatedly, start a rush, which allows easy full combos with a single. So this is like auto combo, like you'd think of Dragon Ball Fighters. I think these can be quite practical though, can't they? Rush allows you to continue attacking regardless of the button you press. So you might be able to do like light, heavy. If you activate Rush when you have 1 or more power gauges, your attack will vary based on the 4th button you press. Okay. Yeah, so it just scales up to do more. Oh my god, what's going on? This game's like lagging on me. That kind of took away from what was probably a very awesome cinematic super when it just like froze and stuff. A special move will trigger if the 4th input is light kick, super special if it's heavy punch, and a max super special if it's heavy kick, 2 power gauges. When you use light, you activate the strongest attack available, light punch. Okay. Special moves. Pressing a set directional button and attack button simultaneously activates character-specific special moves. The property of the special move varies depending on the attack button strength. Makes sense. So quarter circle back. I did a dash. There we go. So that only... it only turns into fire if it connects. special move strength, speed, distance, trajectory, and properties will change depending on the strength of the attack button used. Yeah, so every move's going to have like a light and a heavy version. Then I'm pretty sure there's a metered version too, isn't there? So probably you do the light with the light, like for that one there it was quarter circle back light punch for the light version, quarter circle back heavy punch for the heavy version, then it'll be quarter circle back in both of them to do the EX version, which will cost some form of meter. That's probably coming up next. EX special move. EX special moves are powered up special moves. They are performed in max mode and only available in max mode, similar to Geese in Tekken. Hey, it's all making sense. Consume a small amount of the mode's gauge. To activate one outside of max mode, you can use half of the power gauge. Okay, so they're available outside too. Yeah, there we go. And that did like a stun knockdown, so maybe near the wall that gives you guaranteed follow-ups. So the special moves have current. Yeah, most of them probably will, I'd expect, but not all of them need to. Super special moves are powerful special moves activated with a specific command input. They require and consume one block of the power gauge.
Ready, go!
Triggering during max mode by consuming party and max mode gauge. Triggered during max mode, okay. Like special moves, some super special moves change depending on the strength of the attack button used. It's all good. Max super special move. Oh my god, how high do we get? It goes up to climax or something, doesn't it? Powerful super special moves activated with specific command inputs. They require you to consume 2 blocks of power gauge. You got a max of 5 though. And with only 1 character at a time, so that's pretty generous. I mean, I'm saying that, how much damage did it do? Because that looked like it did nothing, but it froze after the first hit. Trigger during max mode by consuming party in max mode and 1 block of the power gauge. Grants you more attack power, invincibility frames, etc. than a super special. Okay, so it's better if you do it in max mode and costs half the meter but uses up max meter. Climax super special moves are ultimate special moves activated with specific command inputs. They require and consume 3 blocks of power gauge. Okay, so that's 60% of max meter. But max mode is a separate meter? Oh. That's cool, that's an interesting input. And we've already seen this. That was probably a foolish thing for them to do, the tutorial so it displays it twice, but I understand. Like, they had to do the auto combos. Trigger using max mode by consuming your remaining max mode gauge and 1 powerful power gauge. Useful to finish a combo or turn the tide of combat. So what I'm hearing there is you probably use it to end a match or beat your opponent. Using super special move command inputs during set special moves will activate a super cancel. This lets you cancel out a special move into a super special move. Makes sense, yeah. Yeah, so I've got the same directional buffer as in Street Fighter, and I think this confuses a lot of people when they first jump into these games, because you see quarter circle forward punch, then you see quarter circle forward punch. But if you do the quarter circle forward punch, the game remembers your directional input from before, so you've already input 1 quarter circle forward, and you can do a second quarter circle forward punch, and the second one will come out as a super. And that's something they don't explain in these, so people will sit there and they'll try and do it, but it's a lot easier than it looks. It's the same as like, you can do like, Geese's Deadly Rave in Tekken. How you can do the half circle back and then dash forward and do the dash and see him visually dash, then press the attack button and it'll remember the half circle back. You can do it with like giant swing and stuff too. Using max super special move command inputs during specific super special moves will activate an advanced cancel. This lets you cancel out a super special move and into a max super special move. So I'm going to do a... Oh, okay. So it's... This one you probably have to do twice. Yeah, it's much easier once you realise you can do that. You can't advance cancel between the same move. You must max super special different from the... Okay, so if you're doing... For example, here's the quarter circle forward punch super. you couldn't do it into another quarter circle punch, like enhanced version of it. You'd have to swap to a different special move. Yeah, makes sense. Climax Cancels. Using Climax Super Special Move command inputs during a set Super Special Move or Max Super Special Moves will activate a Climax Cancel, letting you cancel out of a Super Special Move / Max Super Special Move into a Climax Super Special Move. Man, that's a tongue twister. Using Climax Super Special Move command inputs during set Super Special Moves or Max Super Special Moves will activate a Climax Cancel, letting you cancel out a Super Special Move, Max Super Special Move into a Climax Super Special Move. See? That was hard. Ah, God. Ah, damn. I did the wrong input. There we go. Achievement unlocked. Gotta master the basics. So the thing about cancelling a move into another is it allows for more sloppy inputs. Like, I could have input an up during that by accident, I probably did, and it wouldn't matter because I'm in an attack animation there and the buffer will hopefully figure out what I'm trying to do. It's usually very lenient. Use Climax Cancels to inflict lethal damage on the opponent. Perfect when you're on your last legs, so never give up. Or more good to do when you're like trying to kill the opponent. When you've got the resources and you know it'll kill if you do that resource but you can't kill them otherwise. Or if you know you're needing to use that much resource to kill them, it's a good idea to use it early. Like, because usually when you're doing hits in a combo, the more hits you do, the more meter they'll build. So sometimes it might look like a noob combo to do like a few attacks into the big super, but it stops the opponent from getting so much meter.